Hey everybody, it's ASIC Eric and Pops, who knocked all the sockets out of the container there. So he's
gotta do something right.
Well, that's what you're doing right, huh?
Uh-huh.
I see. All right, thanks everybody for all your input on that last video. General consensus seems to be blow this thing apart again, so that's what we're gonna do. I guess what we will focus on for now is these front pieces here. Get this guy sandblasted and primed and everything, and then we gotta strip, get the body work done on all the fiberglass. So that's going to keep us busy for a while. So that's going to be the plan. So we're going to start out here by just taking the fenders and everything off again, and then we'll show you where we're at. Alright, so after, I don't know, an hour or so of work or something. Sheesh, it's a lot of parts. So Pops and I were just discussing sandblasting. And unfortunately where we are, we checked around and nobody can sandblast anything this big. I really don't want to do it. Pops doesn't want to do it. So we were just debating whether it's time for a road trip or something. Drive out to the Central Valley here in California, or maybe Southern California. We got business there anyway.
Tijuana, Mexicali, anywhere.
There you go. Just something. I hate doing sandblasting, man. It's my least favorite thing to do. These little pieces we could put in the cabinet there, but that cabinet just does not work worth a turd. We're just saying I could probably get a new gun for that and maybe it would start working again. When we've been using it lately, we've been using the little Harbor Freight handheld one and just putting it inside the box to just trying to contain the mess. But this one we'd have to use the big sandblaster for, and it just sucks. It's just not fun. But I don't know, we'll see. So I think Pops is gonna make his little research project to see if he can find some place where we can get this done. Even if we have to drive a few hours to get it done, it'll be well worth it. I'd much rather drive 4 or 5, 6 hours than spend 4 or 5, 6 hours doing this.
You might need to find it close to a fishing hole. What do you think?
Ooh, now you're talking. All right, anyway, that's where we are. So we're gonna pop this thing off now. All right, so I was just telling Pops, it's the first official time washing the car, even though it's in pieces. It's a never washed any of these body panels on this thing and such, so yay. First of many. Anyway, I was going to take a moment and show this lower valance here. I'm going to be asking some opinions on how to repair this. For instance here, you can see the damage there. So there's supposed to be one hole in there somewhere. I've got to figure out where. This hole's mostly okay, I think. And that one's completely blown out there. As I mentioned before, these Camaros have a lower spoiler that comes across here in fiberglass, which is missing, obviously. I have a rubber replacement piece that goes here, so I don't need to rebuild that. So I just have to figure out how to best sort of marry these two pieces together and just clean these edges up so they don't look stupid. The rest of this thing's fine. There's no damage anywhere as far as I know, other than small stuff. And then the upper valance here is pretty intact. So we got this one's busted out here. I think that's it. I don't think there's any other damage on this one. We'll look around, maybe there's something subtle. But so my thought on these things was to just basically grind this down a little bit here and make a fold of the fiberglass mesh to go over this and just build it up with fiberglass mesh and then just drill a new hole. Does that seem reasonable? Don't know. I haven't done a lot of fiberglass repair, so we'll see. These are pretty simple because they're on the edge like that. I think there's probably a bunch of ways to do that. This one, not sure. It's pretty thin here, so it's kind of divoted out on the back. You can see there. So this one might be grind this out in here, and then same thing, build it up with mesh from the back, and then just mostly resin on this side here. I don't know. We'll tear into that pretty soon. But now we're going to try scrape some of this paint off. I've seen the trick of using the razor blade scraper on fiberglass. Alright, so we just picked this guy up. This is what I'd seen people use. So I'm going to have Pops give it a try here. Get that thing stable up there somewhere. Pops is dangerous. Thinking, did that click into place? Yeah.
That sounds like a click.
Okay, be careful. Yep, that's right.
That's the right side?
Yeah, just do it. I guess it didn't click into place.
Yes, it's all the way up to there.
That's pretty much it. Just gotta... Yep.
You gotta be real careful with gouges it.
This was supposed to be pretty easy when I saw it. Now you're on a corner here, so that's going to be the worst. Yeah, try and do it on a flat. So we don't know what kind of paint's under all of this. I think it's silver, so that looks like the next layer of paint. Pops is being very gentle. Okay, so we got that. We need to get under the silver too, so...
If it all went like that, it'd be nice.
Oh, there you go. That's what I saw people doing. Yeah. Big chunks like that coming off. Yeah, like I said, we still got to get under the silver too. So
it looks like it's black under the silver.
That's probably the primer. All right, and we'll keep playing around with it, see how it goes.
No.
Alright, so we just did a little experiment there. So the razor blade does take this white stuff off, but you get down to the silver and it really doesn't want to come off. I think this is down to the gel coat here, but I mean, you're really digging in at that point, so I don't think that's a good plan. So we're going to get the sander out and give that a try, just to get the top layers of paint off. Then we start getting down to fiberglass or whatever, then we'll hand sand it. I guess it's still an open question how far we actually have to go down. I don't strictly have to take all that paint off, but we'll see. This is an experiment. Like I told my dad, we'll just put filler on this if we have to fill that back up. So I think we'll just do a kind of a light sand on all this stuff today, and then again we'll throw it out there for questions and see what people think, how far down we should take this. I'm kind of thinking all we need to do is get this to a uniform texture, and that's basically it. I don't think we need to go any further than that. I don't think you have to go down to the fiberglass anywhere here. So, alright, back to work. And you can see this one's in a lot better shape than the other panel, even. So we're going to go ahead and hit this with the DA with an interface pad on it. And just give it a shot, see how it goes.
Recording.
Okay, I got some 80 on here, like I said, with the interface pad to try and keep it from digging in. Turn down low. The speed adjustment? It's kind of low. Huh. Trying to see about getting those nicks out, but I don't know. You seem to be running at full speed. Alright, so we got this half of this thing done. I think this is good. You know, the silver paint doesn't show any signs of delaminating anywhere. It looks pretty good. So we're not really trying to break through the silver too much. Just trying to get it smooth as best we can. So this is down to the gel coat or the fiberglass, I'm not sure which. So most of it we're not getting down that far. There's a few places where it's really rough, where you got to get a little further down. But it's going okay. I switched away from the interface pad because it's a hook and loop interface pad, and I don't have any hook and loop paper, so the paper keeps popping off. So I'm just being really careful with the normal DA. And it seems like it's going all right. So, keep working our way across. Alright, we got most of that side done. I'm flipping over doing the underside. Now this stuff was not painted from the factory, but you can see it when you look down inside the car, so giving it a quick sand. I think this is the edge of the gel coat right here. You can start to see the patterns of the fiberglass, I guess. I don't assume the black is the gel coat, but anyway, just giving that a quick sand. We're almost done with this piece for the mechanical sanding. We're gonna have to go to hand sanding after this, so off we go. So here's the replacement spoiler piece that I was talking about here. See, so as far as the underside of the car goes, it covers up all of that cracked fiberglass and everything, but you come up under here. Let's see if I can see this here. You can still see where everything's all busted and everything up under there, so I'll come up with a plan still. Alright, we're going to call it a day there. I'll get some suggestions from y'all before we go on. This panel here looks like it's got factory paint on it. Seems like we got fiberglass, primer, and paint. Seems like it. So it gets down to the fiberglass real quick. So what do you suggest we do here? So we went over this with the DA real quick just to kind of scuff it up. You know, it's just starting to break through in a few places. There's a few pits and things that we gotta dig into a little bit, but for the most part this thing's pretty clean. You know, there's these edges and things. So I was just trying to go around that a little bit and try and clean that up, but it gets down to the fiberglass real quick. I don't know if that's bad. I can't remember if it's bad to cut into the gel coat and get down to the fiberglass or not, if that's an issue or not an issue, I don't know. But we're going to stop there. I want to use the interface pad for this stuff, and those sanding discs just keep flying off, so I need to get some hook and loop pads for that before we move on any further in this. The lower valance is basically done, sanding wise. The inside we kind of did as much as we can with the DA, so it's all hand sanding from here. So again, same thing, we're going to be moving on to fiberglass repairs on that one pretty soon. So any thoughts you have, let me know, and we'll pick it up next time. All right, Spuds?
The rear. To the rear.
Oh, to the rear. See ya.